start with a pretty big weekend here just in Penticton and $50,000 going to Kids Sport Penticton. What does that mean for you guys to be able to do that?
Well, I'm just impressed with the whole week or 10 days we've been up here. Cities treat us great. The fans, it's just a special place to be. I think the management really loves it up here. I thought the trainers loved it. It was very smooth, and then obviously when you can raise money for charities like that, it's incredible. So it's been a great 9 days experience for me.
Other than some disappointing injury news, the Dak situation, of course, did this camp go about as well as you hoped it would? Did you get the things accomplished that you wanted to get accomplished?
Well, for the logistics and efficiency, really well. I mean, 2 sheets of ice. Guys here, 8 or 9, but out of here by 1 and getting the work done. I think the trainers were happy because it was just, it wasn't busy. It was really good. A lot of learning, a lot of teaching. Got some good skating in. Overall, you're happy. But like I said, we got to get. The next step, we got to start getting a little more drills of pushing and shoving. The scrimmage like that, you want to see some stops and starts, and that's probably the next phase in our game.
What were some of the goals of your camp and did you achieve it?
A lot of rush, creativity on the blue line. Having a puck, holding it, and making a good play. The regroups. We call them landmarks, like what spots they go in certain situations. So. You can't throw a lot at guys, but I thought for the most part, guys did a nice job. Guys worked really hard. I think, I didn't think we killed them, but I think we gave them enough, and then it was a good skate at the end, and they'll have a day off tomorrow.
Everybody always talks about improvement. They look at additions to your team, but you've talked about improving internally. How big of a key is it for this team for this year, for those guys to push each other in practice and try to take it to another level and make each other better in the process?
Well, it's huge. You want your leaders to go out there and go hard against each other. Not kill each other, but that's how you get better. I think that's something that we've talked about over the year and a half is elevating your practices, elevating your hockey IQ on that ice, and then whatever we talk about, whatever the theme is, work out on practice. And I think that's something that we're still growing, and that's something that that's one thing the coaches staff, the philosophy is we're going to keep hammering that to the players.
You always talk about it getting tougher, and you go from being an average or sub-average team to being an average or a good team. Now, a lot of teams do that, but to take it from good to great and compete for a championship, is that even a tougher challenge?
Yeah, of course. I mean, how do you handle pressure? There's going to be a lot of pressure applied to you, and how do you react off it? That's why you got to do a lot of reps. That's why you got to make sure that your body language is good. You pick up your teammate. When there's pressure, that's when, you look at people, you look at your team. And I thought the guys did a really good job last year. We know there's another level, and that's what we got to find it. And it starts every day in camp, and it starts from here on in.
How excited are you to get back to Van and get into the preseason here in just a couple days?
Yeah, no, it's been great up here. You feel comfortable, but it's time to go. I think it's a lot of guys are anxious to get back into Rogers, get into that kind of atmosphere.
You had a pretty good view from above at this end.
Yeah.
Artie looked like a guy that wanted to make a statement.
Yeah, Artie played really well. I mean, he looked really good. It's hard for evaluate goalies. I think I was telling you guys even said it 3-on-1s, 3-on-2s, but he had a couple of 3-on-1s. See, that's the practice. That's why I did it. So he made those 3-on-1s. But he was really good. Yeah, he's got that confidence in himself.
Is that his best day here?
Yeah, I honestly, I can't. Honestly, I have to ask Marco if he's been good in camp. I'm just kind of watching the forwards and the speed drills, and like I said, there's some times when he's got no 3-on-1 backdoor play. It's almost impossible, but he made a couple today.
What else did you see out there? Like, what were you looking for? What did you see?
Well, you're looking at guys keep the pace, competitiveness, guys making plays, things like that. Sustainability. I mean, it's 4th day. They've skated 4 days in a row. I'm sure guys are a little tired and sore, but you got to push that. You can't. I watch certain guys. I want to make sure how they, whether you go out there for 25, give me 25 hard and get off. Just don't cruise around. So I look for that sort of stuff. And guys who can make some plays. Some nice plays out there. It seems like a guy like Garland and that line all camp has been, especially Gar's he's kind of. He wants to score. He wants to make plays. That's what I'm looking for.
Obviously, you put a lot of thought and scouting into the guys you signed before you signed.
Yeah.
So you probably were pretty confident that these were going to be good decisions, and this is only 4 days of camp. But it seems like all those guys have blended in really well,
Yeah.
both with the group and on the ice look good. How is that a relief for you? Would you agree with that?
Whether it's a relief, I kind of expected it because the group we have, the way they've welcomed the other guys last year, it's a good group of making sure, that we've got a bunch of guys that take care of them. Hey, if they're at home, I know last year got a couple guys flew in. A couple days later they're going to dinner with guys. Guys are helping them where to go and stuff. I think that's big, and I think it's the same thing now. But those guys, the guys we acquired, they're good guys. Like they've just fit in, and they want to be part of it. They've done a nice job themselves of acclimating with the players.
Lekaramaki played a lot with Jake and Petey this week. What do you think about his week and his scrimmage today?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good things. He checks the box on a lot of things. Now it's real action with stiffer competition. That's really what it comes down to. Give him some stiff competition. See how he can play in those small ice games. See him get to the net. See that shot. Like there's a lot of different things. And but definitely he's got some good checks a lot of boxes for us.
Do you think you guys will reduce numbers before these first 2 games?
Yeah, I think we will. Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but we'll have some people, some junior guys go back, try to get down to 2 teams. The typical 8D, and because we have 5 games in 7 nights, so we're going to need some bodies around.